What is good, guys? It's Ray-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about what's going on with Tesla stock and break down some very important news that just came out. We had some bullish news from Morgan Stanley that came out for today that helped Tesla pump quite a bit, and also other headlines that came out that have led to more bullish outcomes for Tesla. So we're going to break down some new articles about the technology of Tesla, what's going on with the share price, and some very important things to look at. But before I do anything like this, though, let me just mention a couple of things. I'm firstly not a financial planner, so take none of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. The offer ends very soon. It ends in just about 3 days, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with Tesla and the whole market. So when it comes to the market, just very briefly, we have Apple's big event for tomorrow, which is going to cause a big surge in volatility. The event's going to be at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time or 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to cause some high volatility. That's going to be the biggest thing for tomorrow. Tesla's currently around this 272 zone, trading kind of sideways. We may get a pullback tomorrow when we open, be a gap down before it tries to just trade sideways and consolidate. Could there be some pumps here and there? Sure, but the biggest thing affecting this is going to be Apple for tomorrow. Apple's going to cause a big reaction after the event, so that's going to be important for Tesla. But other than Apple, we have some other things which are going to be very important for Tesla. We have right over here new headlines coming out about a big important analyst from Morgan Stanley. And whatever is said here has had a big effect on Tesla. So I'm going to break down why that is and what the Morgan Stanley analyst just said. So Morgan Stanley is saying that Dojo is going to boost Tesla's value by $500 billion. That is very, very bullish news. The company's market value through faster adoption to robo-taxis and network services is once again very, very bullish news. This is going to open up new addressable markets, according to them. That's what Morgan Stanley said. And they said the same thing about Amazon.com. They also mentioned that they're going to raise their 12-month price target from $250 to over $400. That's insane. Tesla was up over 10% thanks to this, and it added about $62 billion in value just from this day alone. Once again, very, very awesome news. The supercomputer, sorry guys, it's designed to handle massive amounts of data and training for the driving system. So you have the driving system that uses up all this data, and it gives Tesla an asymmetric advantage. This is very, very bullish news, and this may add another $10 trillion as time goes on to its own market. So that's very, very big. The FSD market is going to be worth $10 trillion, and they're very bullish thanks to this for Tesla. Now, they're also mentioning that the supercomputer from their Dojo supercomputer is also looking very strong. It's very, very good for their AI machine learning. And they mentioned that with the training videos that came out, they're very optimistic thanks to it. There was more talk about how it is basically like a giant brain that's continuing to learn and it's going to help solve some major issues. That's some good news for them. There's also some news that came out involving the Cybertruck. The headlines are saying that the wheel cover has flown off in traffic as production looms. Once again, guys, I mean, things like this are completely fine. They're things that tend to happen when you have like a new car coming out and, you know, when they're entering production. But I don't really want to just make any claims about this. I mean, I was looking at this and they're saying that this ended up happening, and this happened because of the fact that the aerodynamic wheel cover was supposed to increase efficiency by 5 to 10%, but it ended up just coming off in the middle of a drive. So if that's the case, I mean, Tesla has to do whatever it can to improve this situation. But it's not the end of the world because I know that they're going to continue to improve nonetheless. And I also know that Tesla will take this into consideration. I believe that if this becomes an issue, Tesla will deal with it. It's nothing too like serious. It's not like so huge and so major. Could this lead to some accidents though? That's a somewhat possibility. I'm not really leaning in that direction. This could have just been an abnormality. It's just like the first time we've seen this. So not going to make any claims just yet about it unless this starts happening more often. Is this like a horrible piece of news? Not necessarily, but it's something that Tesla has to do when they're trying to improve their models. So hopefully they continue to improve. Hopefully Tesla looks into it and we'll see if this leads to anything else. Adam Jones, once again it's Adam Jonas, not Adam Jones. Adam Jonas saying Tesla could go up to $400. We just talked about this. Once again, very awesome. That's 60+% upside as time goes on. That's Dojo powered by a custom AI chip. Once again, very good for machine learning. Now, right over here, we can see Tesla tweeted that their primary challenge is affordability. Creating an expensive truck is relatively easy, but it's very hard to do this with greater economies of scale and better technology. So that's some of the things that Elon Musk said. That's what they're trying to improve at, and Tesla's trying to improve its affordability as time goes on. Going forward, there was some more talk about how the FSD technology is continuing to develop, and they want the latest data on miles per intervention to be starting slide at each of their meetings. That's what Elon Musk said. So it's all about data, right? In order for this to work, you need as much data as possible. And what they're doing is they're using every single car that's using the FSD as a learning mechanism, and that's going to be feeding more data into the Dojo supercomputer. Now, this makes me excited, makes me very, very interested. I can't wait to see what other methods Tesla uses to gather that data. Now, to add on to this, there is some talk about how Tesla will build the next gen cheaper electric cars in Texas rather than Mexico first. That is good news as well, because as long as they're trying to make their cars more affordable, they're going to be competing with other companies out there which are trying to do the same thing. But remember, it's not just affordability, it's the fact that Tesla could be unboxing a new model. Why is that important? A new model, right? They're saying it could look like the Cybertruck, who knows? But some kind of new model, it's going to get a lot of sales because of how popular Tesla tends to be. There's so many people that are interested in it. We also have the next gen potential robotaxi to be incorporated into it. That is going to be very bullish if more and more people start to take them on. In fact, there are, I personally could even like consider buying one of these if they end up coming out. So I can't wait for it. It may take many years, but it would be a very, very good investment, excuse me, in my opinion. Now, looking forward, guys, I just want to mention that the Tesla shifts its production to Giga Texas as well. If that's the case, I mean, it would be very good for them as long as they're more efficient, because Giga Texas is very efficient, right? One of the ways they designed is that their overall different facilities are kind of aligned in a very, very nice order. So before, if you look at like the Fremont map, they have like a different sector for every single part, and they're like separated in a somewhat inefficient way. But the way that the Giga Texas is designed is so that you just put parts in one end, and they slowly have a conveyor belt that goes around the whole factory, and you just put parts one end, and then the cars come out the other end. That's the way kind of Elon Musk described it. So with this efficiency in the entire production phases and the development of their Gigafactory, I think it could be very helpful for those who are interested in the production of the Giga Texas and the new $25,000 model. That would be very bullish. I'm very excited about it. If it really is a compact car, it would be very awesome, and I can't wait to see the robotaxi potentially being incorporated into it. So with that said, I just want to thank you all so much for listening. We had some very, very good news. The future is very bright, but don't forget we have Apple's big event for tomorrow that will also affect Tesla. So be ready, do what you have to do, guys. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Tesla to the moon. $400 is attainable for the next upcoming year. It's a possibility. There will be some roadblocks approaching it. Look at the current macroeconomic factors. That is a fact. But there is still potential nonetheless for the long term. I want to make that as clear as possible. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Tesla to the moon, because the long term is very bright. And peace